Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Nkositalkshows, where our coaches can help you get more from your life and create steps to help you get there. Find your voice and be a great leader in your own life. My name is Nomsa Clara Mngube. I am the founder of Hope Spring Eternally Introduction Agency and the founder of Nkosi Talk Show. I have two speakers with me today, Tamia Dow and Dr. Bridget Tam. And I'm going to let our speakers introduce themselves. Also, they can lay out their professional credentials and expertise. Over to you, Dr. Bigot, please.
Thank you very much, Numsa. Thank you very much. It's an honor and a pleasure to be with you today. I am Birgit, and I am from the United States, near Los Angeles, and I am a grief transformation and life success coach, speaker, and author. And my passion is to be able to help you and your loved one to thrive, even if you are facing adversities, and win with more ease and fun.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bigot. Tamia, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're coming from. Thank you so much, Nomsa, for having me on the show again. I am a coach, I am a chaplain, which is an ordained minister, and I'm an international speaker. My pleasure and my joy is to help people find their story and tell their story. I find that it's very important that the things that we go through in life must be shared. There's a reason why we went through it, and people need to learn from it.
Thank you so much, Tamia, for your introduction. And today, our topic is the power of words. Your words can become reality. How you speak to yourself, or how you speak about things around you, that can play a very, very important part in your life. So, Tamia, how do words affect us?
Well, what is interesting is that the power of word is established from childhood. In fact, it's so interesting that when a child first speaks, the mom or the dad does their best to get them to either say mommy or daddy. They would, because to them, it's a powerful word, the first word that comes out of their child's mouth. And it's so true that the powerful words that come out of your mouth start from childhood. It starts from mimic, because we as children mimic what we hear. So that's why I think it's so special when parents are so excited to find out what the first word is that comes out of their child's mouth, because their child's been listening for months to adults speak and do and TV and all that kind of stuff. So what is it that the Lord inspires that child to say out of their mouth? I believe the power of life and death come from the mouth. We have the power to lift people up or destroy them, choose life or to curse, to do blessings or to do curses. And sadly, in this world, we hear more cursing than we hear blessing. And I want you to think on what I just said. We hear more cursing than we hear blessing. And I'm talking about in our day-to-day lives, whether we're watching it on TV, whether we're watching it unfold in our own homes, whether we're watching it unfold in society or day-to-day life, you will find, if you were to sit down and tally, as you're watching about your day, how many times do you hear negativity coming out of their people's lives? Curses. People will say the word. People don't think about some of the words that we say and the meaning behind them, but a lot of the curse words actually are putting a curse. The reason why it's called curse words, it's putting a curse on someone. And I'll do a light curse word. The term damn, D-A-M, D-A-M-N. And usually people will say damn it, right? Well, that's a curse. That is a curse. Define the word damn. What does that mean? It's like casting it out. So you're cursing something. You're cursing the car that you're cussing at, that you're cursing at. I really want people to think about the power of the words that come out of your mouth. Now, if instead you go, thank God, right, instead of damn it, thank God I didn't get hit by that car, thank God I didn't break my knee when I just fell down, thank God, instead of damn it, which is a curse word. And I'm being light in the curse word that I choose because I know many of you can think of other curse words that people use and they don't think about it and it comes out of their mouth. Some people, those curse words come out of their mouth like part of their conversation. They can't do a complete sentence without putting a emphasis word in there, a colorful metaphor, which is some of the terms that's used for it. But if you define the metaphor that they're using, it is a cursed word. So why are you calling in and sending out curses around you? You have powers to be sending out blessings by the opening of your mouth, by the words that you say to yourself and to others. And we curse ourselves more than anybody else ever curses us, just by the words that come out of our mouth, whether we mouth them or whether we say them in our head. So I'm saying to people now, choose wisely your words. Are your words a blessing or a curse? I would ask you to be mindful, because the way we make that decision is right after something happens where we could use that curse word, we need to take a pause. And when you take that pause, you say, deep breath, pause, thank God. I am so thankful that it didn't go this way. Instead of, damn it.
Thank you so much, Tamia. Basically, I agree with you. The words that we speak, they hold the power. They can hold the power to destroy us or to create new possibilities or to close them down or to build a relationship or to damage the relationship or power to lift people up or to pull them down. So that is ourselves included as well. So I really, really agree with you that whatever you speak in life, no matter how much you are going through, you just have to know that there is a light. Over to you, Dr. Biget. What is your intake on this one?
Thank you, Numsa. Thank you. So, why is it our words it can become our reality and so powerful? Um, Dr. Joe Dispenza, a very well known speaker and doctor, chiropractic doctors, says that what gets fired get wired. So Dr. Joe Dispenza says, "What get fired get wired." And as we speak our words, and if we it's a habit that if we say one words frequently, like Tamia says, some people use certain words, and the word DAMN is a curse word, but sometimes it's not even those words. Sometimes it's a little bit more subtle. Some of us has a tendency to say the words stupid or the words ugly or the words loser, and sometimes we don't even direct it to others. We might direct it to ourselves. Once upon a time, I used to, every time I pass a mirror, I would say, look at my ugly belly, and so forth. And since we know what scientifically, I'm going to come from the science base with my background. Scientifically, we know that in our nervous system, what gets fired if you, it's just like if you practice throwing in certain manner, very soon you become very proficient and really good in doing that. And so it's the same thing. The words that you keep saying, it got registered in your brain, and very soon the brain register that. And what's registered in your brain will try to bring it into reality. That's how the brain works. And so if you say certain thing, whether it's an actual curse word, but a lot of time it's a lot more subtle. It's a method. To me, anything that derogatory, in other words, the word stupid, the word loser, the word ugly, anything in that manner that you're just putting somebody else's, and like Tamia said, sometimes we don't even say this to other. We do something and we don't like what we do, and we say, stupid me, why did I do that? Oh my goodness, what am I, a loser? And that become a habit that we don't realize. And those words, those unspoken words, has just as much, if not even more power, because sometimes when you speak it, you release it. But when it's in your mind, it's even more power getting in your brain. And then you just start to keep going on this, and it's become a habit. And then we know very well that Mahatma Gandhi says that your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions, and your actions become your habits, and your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. And so that's why we want to be very mindful. We choose to be very mindful on what it is that what we are saying. And then other words that's a lot of time we kind of sneaking on us is, beside this declaratory word, the word, something like the word must, or the words have to, and the words should. I should do this, I should do that, and that's putting restrictions in ourselves. And if you keep putting restrictions in yourself, I should do this, I must do that, and it's a very common thing actually, unless you're extremely mindful with your word. I must do this, I must do that. Oh my goodness, I have to I have to work so hard, otherwise I'm going to be poor. Have you heard anything like that? Then you're creating, as Mahatma Gandhi say, you're creating your destiny, because you're firing it in your mind, and now your nervous system will find a way to say, yeah, you got to work really hard. And even if say you have a project that might have a simpler way to do, then you are in tune to, you got to work really hard to be able to be successful. So to me, that's why word is so powerful, and that why we want to be mindful. We want to choose to be mindful to our words.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bigot. Yes, we do. Sometimes, like when you are saying we call ourselves stupid, and I always say, like, if I call myself stupid, and let's say if someone calls me unexpected and say, "No, sir, you're stupid," how would that make me feel? I'm just gonna feel hurt if someone tells me that I'm stupid, but I am calling myself stupid. So I think sometimes the words we speak, if we want to succeed in life, we have to speak life, regardless of the situation, and regardless of the circumstances, the environment that we are in. We just need to speak life to our lives, because our existence, there is nothing written in our book of life. There's no poverty, there is no stupid, there's not these words that are in the dictionary that are written in our book of life. There's so much amazing things that are written about us. So it's up to us to realize our existence. Why do we exist? Do we speak life about our lives? And basically, and just embrace those words that we speak, and making sure that we don't actually curse our lives. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Uh, Tamia, what is power spoken words?
I always like to give people a scripture to marinate on. And of course, one of my favorites is Jeremiah 29:11. And that one reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Now, in that statement, I hear no negativity. In that statement, I hear about plans that the Lord has for us. And the challenge that we have is that, are we embracing the plans that the Lord has for us? Are we embracing the plans that the world has for us? And I tell you that the world does not have plans for prosperity for you. They don't have plans for hope for you. When we call the world is that energy that surrounds us, right? If you are a theologian or study any kind of a spiritual, we know that there is a physical realm and a spiritual realm, right? And I truly believe in the power and the ability to call in manifestation, because if you follow Christian, or if you follow Christianity, or even if you follow any other type of a spiritualistic view, you know that the power in your words can manifest. In every single process, religion, whatever you want to call it, there's usually some words that are spoken. Words that are spoken in the form of a prayer, words that are spoken in the form of the other bad thing we said, to put curses, because some religions form words to put curses on there. But it's the words that we choose, and how we embrace them and how we look at them. In my book, I think I mentioned this quite often, I have a workbook called In Celebration of You. And I have a whole section in this book where I talk about the power of words and power statements and what you put together and how it can affect your life and manifest in your life. Because we have this very unique, the way it's been described, because I come from military, is you think about your mouth being the captain of your body, your mouth and your mind being the captain of your body. And even if let me use an old Star Trek reference. If you've ever watched Star Trek, there was Captain Kirk, right? Captain Kirk gave out commands for the people on the ship, and they did it. Now, think about the concept where they say your whole body is like a team. You need your whole body to work together. You need your brain to work. You need your hands to do what it needs to do. You need your mouth to talk. You need all of these things that are empowered and directed from your mind, the captain, right? So if the captain directs negative things, we've seen this in people who end up being criminals and things like that, because life is a choice. We have a free will choice. They will be directed by their captain, their inner captain, to do things that are not prosperous, right? And again, let's go back to the two things he had in our plans is prosperity and hope, right? So are you doing those things that help to bring about prosperity and hope? Are you doing things and saying things out of your mouth that are bringing about negativity in your own life? Think about this. I really want you to think about this as part of an exercise for yourself. Write down. This is it. I have my clients do this too when they're trying to figure out where they're losing time. For an entire week, write down from the moment you wake up till the moment you go to bed, every single thing you do. And I'm being serious. I mean, every single thing you physically do or go through your mind. Like, what was your mood? What was your mode when you said it? Right. And do it. Be honest with yourself. Don't leave anything out, because I want you to look through those things that you chose to do for those 5 days. And it will help you understand the direction that you're going in your life, and why you're not getting those things that you want. Because when we talk after we go through that 5 days, I say, if you write down something negative, like got in a fight with a coworker or whatever, and I'll say, what words came out of your mouth? What was it that was said? And of course, a lot of times it's a blame game, right? Well, if she hadn't done this, this, and this, and this, I wouldn't have said this, this, and this, and this. We have to understand that we are the captain. We are the captain of our lives. So regardless of what that other person did, the person who cut you off, the person who said a bad word to you, the person that, regardless of what they did, you are the power in your life. And those words and the choices of words that come out of your mouth after that person does whatever they do is up to you, Captain. Think about that. You are the captain of your life. Now, as you think about that, as you being the captain of your life, from this day forward, what will you have your captain do? Your captain is leading your life. So is your captain currently leading you well, or is your captain currently leading you astray? Is your captain currently taking you down a dark path, or is your captain currently making you the light and having you find blessing, words of blessing for people, right? Who you are or who you say you are always going to be what you believe. So think about that. What do you believe about yourself? I truly believe in power words. You're talking about words. Now, when you talk about words, for example, the weak words, I call some words weak words. And a weak word, W-E-A-K, a weak word is try. I can't stand that word, try. The minute somebody says to me, well, I'm going to try, well, I'll try. Well, you know what you're telling me? I have no interest whatsoever in doing that. I'm not even going to do it. Don't even put the words out of your mouth. You either do or you don't. There's no try. That's Yoda. Yoda said, you either do or you don't. There's no try. And I always remember that. You laugh, right? But we remember that, right? I always remember that because it's so true. Try is such a weak word. And when people say, you know what, I'm throwing this party, I got this going to, you know, will you come, Bridget, will you come? And you say, well, I'll try. You're not coming. I know you're not coming. I'm not setting a place for you. Because you're not coming. So let's be mindful of these words we say to people. I will try. You know, honesty, I think when it comes to power in your words, you must be honest, you guys. We have to be honest to one another or about everything. Because white lies is a term, and I'll say it has nothing to do with your color. A white lie is when you say something that you have no intentions of doing. You're making it up. You're manifesting. It's like white lie is oh, you know, I can't come, you know, because I'm not feeling well. But here's the thing. I want to tell you guys about this. The power of your words. So you choose a white lie to tell somebody. You say, I can't make it because I'm not feeling well, or you know, I got something else to do with my family, or this just happened. Think about the excuse that you use. Because I don't like to say this to you, but I'm gonna let you know, it'll come back on you. Either you will get sick, you know, or one of your family members will be unwell, or because you spoke it into existence, you put it out there. So please, please, please be mindful, because those little white lies can come back and bite you in the butt. And then who's going to trust you? They turn around and see you sitting outside on the patio having coffee or tea with somebody when you said that your family member wasn't feeling well and you couldn't come, right? You know, so please, people, I just want us to be so mindful and realize that we have the power in our mouths and the things that we say to affect our lives, change our lives, and get us to the next level. I want to talk to you guys about I am statements. So that's what I was getting to with the power that comes out of your mouth. I make I am statements and keep them running, keep them going. And the I am statements are speaking power into my life. Who am I? And I believe in having them be a part of your daily morning ritual that you do first thing in the morning, where you get up and you say these words to yourself. You engrave them so deeply into your soul that it doesn't matter what somebody says to you that day, what somebody does to you that day, what happens to you that day. You know who you are, and there's nothing that somebody can say to change your mind about yourself. And I'll give you a quick example of it, and I'll encourage you to write down your own powers, you know, I am statements about yourself. But here's a few quickly to give you an idea of where to start, and you can build from there. I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am kind. I am creative. I am loved. I am grateful. I am powerful. I am bold. I am a child of the Most High God. I am a world changer. I am resourceful. I am dynamic. I am enough. I am worthy. I am perfect, just as I am. So you build on those statements for yourself, personalize them for yourself. I'm sure you could claim quite a few of the ones I just said. Even if you don't feel it now, you grab it and you say it and you become it. Trust me, you become what you say about yourself. So stop saying negative things about yourself and keep saying positive things until you truly believe it and you walk in your destiny.
Thank you so, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tamia. Basically, I agree with you. You know, your I am statement is very, very powerful, because if you say something to you, you start believing it, and you start your words, they'll start leading you. They'll start leading your mind. They'll start leading your body, and your environment will just follow you. And that positive language that you speak about yourself will give you the ability to learn new skills as well. And but if you speak negative every day about yourself, about people around you, um, I have principles that I don't want to gossip about anyone. If there is something that I don't like about somebody, I have to tell them, or I have to ask for somebody to say, oh, okay, Tamia, this is my situation. Could you please help me to pray? I have a situation with this friend, but I need prayers. I need you to help me to pray. That way I know that I'm not gossiping, and I know I'm asking for guidance. So that is my actually policy 10 years ago. When I used to listen when people are gossiping, I just step in and listen. But 10 years ago, when I took Paul McKenna's programs and I started working on myself, and I listened to one of the preachers, and he was like, if you want your life, if you want a good direction in your life, and you want to succeed, you're gonna have to stop gossiping. And there was the list. So basically, and speak life about your life. There was so a long list. So those are part of my principles. To acknowledge myself that I'm not perfect. If I make mistakes, it's okay for me to make mistakes. But if somebody steps in and judge me and speak negative words, that's not my problem. It is their problem. So it is for to hear you saying, speak life about yourself. I am, speak I am, learn the I am every day. So it gives me courage to say, I am gonna keep speaking about I am, about my life. Dr. Bigot, over to you. How do words affect, what is power spoken words?
Thank you, Numsa. For me, power spoken words, to simplify it, is to fall into two categories. Um, and that's typically either the word that praise, and or the words that's decisive. So and I love Tamia's how we're going to the sci-fi realm today. With you. I will always remember Yoda. So you know the example of the word try, like you said, well, it's a very weak word. It's not very decisive. I'll try. Well, do you do? Or you don't? You can use the word endeavor, which means you will do the very best you possibly can to create it happen. If you are not if there are still that some things that you need to find out. But the word try is not a very decisive word. Instead of yes, I will come, no, I will not, or yes, I will come once I find out about this. So a word that's decisive. Yes, I am doing this. Yes, I am this way. So that's one thing's power word. And the other thing that's to me that's power word is the word praise. Inside of the word praise, praise, the word praise is the word raise. And so the word, when we praise somebody or something, we raise our energy and our vibrations. And that's the whomever that we direct that word to, as well as ourselves, because the origin of the praise is from us. So when we praise anyone or anything, I will go out in the morning, and if this is one of my routine, I will praise and I thank the collection of plants that I have on my balcony. And if I feel that it will make the plants happy and my cats happy, and I praise my cat as well, and it will also elevate the vibration from us. And so when we raise our vibration, it's then that's when we're able to welcome things with more ease in life, because the universe vibrate on a higher energy, higher frequency vibrations. This is the vibrational energy chart from Dr. David Hawkins. It's in his book Power versus Force. And here he mentions that universe is made of love, made of peace, and made of joy. The truth of the universe is not fear, it's not anguish, it is love, peace, and joy. And that is higher up in these charts of vibrations here versus the things such as anger, such as fear, such as guilt and shame, which where the words such as, stupid, loser, and so forth belong. Those are all in the lower vibration. And so if we want to allow things to come easier in our life, and by synchronizing with the way life, and as Tamia says, life is meant to be of abundance, life is meant to be of health and to be of love, then we want to be able to do things, we want to choose to be able to do things that can easily raise our vibrations. And so any word that is in the form of praising. And the word stupid does not belong to praise. On the other hand, the words beautiful, the word brilliance, the word clever, the words magnificence, anything like that, any word that you can use to praise other are words that you can and want to choose to praise yourself. It's important to praise others. When we speak when we actually vocalize our word, but it's just as important when we speak again to ourselves, because everything starts in us. And so whenever we speak to ourselves, I share with my clients and to be mindful to immediately replace any unempowering word. You can say, let's say, you an example I used earlier. I used to pass any mirror and I say, "Look at that ugly legs," or "Oh my God, look at that ugly big belly." And you can immediately, if you catch yourself saying anything like that, you just say cancel, 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 and then you immediately on the spot replace, "Thank you, my beautiful strong leg. Thank you, my awesome belly, for being the furnace of my body and keeping me nourished and going." And so you immediately you catch something, and the same thing if you say something to somebody else's. And it's kind of funny how when we operate, because we learn something called manner, we usually are a bit more mindful when we say something to other people, when we vocalize our word to other people or other things. But a lot of time we say things that we will not say to others, to ourselves. And so
Mhm.
just when you notice that, you say cancel, cancel, cancel. If you say, "Oh my God, here you go again. Poor me." You say, cancel, cancel, cancel. I'm an abundance being. Back to what Tamia says, use the word "I am" in a praising manner. I am an abundance. I'm beautiful. I'm brilliant. I'm successful. And when you say "I am," it's also back to being decisive. You're not saying "maybe I am." You don't do that. You said, "I am abundance. I am healthy. I am successful." And so power words to me are the words that fall any word that fall into the category of praising, and that you would use if you were to praise somebody. and then the words that are decisive. So I am doing this. I am doing that instead of maybe, maybe not. So sort of for me that will allow us to that would allow us to empower our life and allow what it is that with love will with a lot more ease by being synchronized with the universe. Think about it, the universe is decisive. It's not like the tree doesn't say maybe I'm gonna make a leaves, maybe I'm gonna make a forest. Just produce a leaves. So
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Bigot. It's actually, you know, when I'm listening to you and I'm listening to Tamia, basically, when you speak negative about your life, basically you are actually uh, you are actually deflating your life. And for me, I can say to you that I will never speak negative about my life because it took me a long time to work on my forgiveness about myself, or basically asking forgiveness about the words that I have been speaking all my life about myself, and the things, and not appreciating who I was at that moment. I basically, when I was working, you know, when you work on yourself, you are cleansing, you start realizing actually, I have not been appreciating my life. I've not been appreciating myself. And I've been looking at other people and thinking, oh, my life, why do they have this? Why don't I have it? And not understanding that actually I have my own book of life. Things takes time. I don't have what I desire because I have never asked for it. I have never, although I pray, but my ways do not represent heaven. I'm asking God to actually do this for me, to do have mercy on me, but I'm going out with my boobies out. So what does that represent? So you know, when you speak the truth, some people that are watching them might be saying, Nomsa, but I am speaking the truth. That was me. And I'm gonna sit there and start praying. When everybody says, Nomsa, let's go out, I'm just gonna go out and my boobies are showing off. I'm saying, baby, I'm looking good. But then when I finish going out, I'm getting home and saying, God, forgive me. And God is like, no, I'm confused. So my words, it has to reflect my character. And my character has to reflect who I say I am. So that's my statement. My words, it has to reflect who I am, my character, my image. And even when I speak to you, I come across to Tamia. It doesn't mean when I come on this talk show, I have to show you guys what I think you want to know, want to see. So my words and everything, it has to reflect who I am. And that is what I have learned for a very long time, that I created this character and I'm saying I'm a child of God, I'm a Christian, I'm this, but I'm going around, I'm judging people. I look at somebody, I'm judging them. It took me a long time begging for forgiveness. So I'm learning to speak positive about myself. I'm learning to see the world as a better place. When I look at people, I have to see the good thing about them. So thank you so much for that. And I'm gonna come to you, Tamia. Why how your words become your reality? Because we say your words become your reality. How do they become your reality, basically?
Well, I'm speaking now with my filmmaker hat on. So I'm a director, producer, and screenwriter. And I like what you just said because it immediately made me think of my characters that I create. You know, when I create characters, each one has a personality. Each, even though they're fictional characters, you know, this character is going to be true to themselves because maybe they have a negative attitude. So all throughout the movie, you know, until they go through their arc, they're going to have this negative attitude. And the next person might be a wholesome character. So that wholesome character, when they play their part, and I'm saying this because we all play a part in our life, okay? When they play their part, they have to come dressed appropriately, and the words that come out of their mouth have to match. So I, as a creator, I have to create the negative character, the wholesome character, the, you know, antagonist, protagonist, all these characters in the story, right? When I create this story, each person comes to life through my words on the paper and then the actor performing. So here's what I'm challenging you to do. I like what you said and about your character, and that your actions must match your words. So for us, what I'm saying is today, determine today what your most powerful I am statement is. For me, it's I am a world changer, you know, and right behind that is, you know, I'm a powerful woman of God. So as a world changer and a powerful woman of God, my behavior must match that. The words that come out of my mouth must match that. And I must act as if. So let's say, I already know I'm a world changer. So that has nothing to, I mean, because I'm a world changer because I've been speaking around the world for years now and making a difference in people's lives. And I have connections to people all over the world. So I know that. But I'm speaking to you who's sitting here watching this right now. And maybe that's your desire to be a world changer. Maybe it's your desire to be an influencer around the world. Maybe that is your desire. Well, if that is your desire, notice I'm using the word desire, right? Because a lot of times we'll hear want, I want this, I need this, what do you desire? And what do you desire goes on next to what Numso was sharing, is that, for me, a woman of God, we're told in the Bible that we have not because we ask not. And we have to remember that our Father in heaven, those of us that are Christian, and those of you who are not, you may, believe in the universe and those kind of things, but it takes an ask, an A-S-K, an ask. So you ask, Lord, help me to be a powerful influencer. Help me to be a world changer. Help me, show me what it is I need to do. And you put that ask out. And I promise you, the Lord will start to help you. The universe, if you want to call it that, will start to help you, because we've seen that. I've even seen it in the power of my prayers where I've said something. I've said to somebody, we were talking yesterday, I've been wanting a particular type of car for like 2 years. And I myself was holding me back on getting that car. And basically the Lord said, what are you waiting for? I hear, because I come from the background of law enforcement and asking questions, right? And as a coach, we ask questions. So when I pray, a lot of times I get the audible in my head that is a question, like a question I would ask a client, And as I was praying and praying and praying and asking the Lord to open the door and this and this and this, and he finally said, what are you waiting for? I think of when I tell this story, I think of that story where they talk about the person who, I don't know if you guys have flooding in your countries, but here in the US, we have flooding we've had a lot of hurricanes and stuff like that cause flooding in coastal cities, right? So in this story, there's a man, he's living in a coastal city. The water is rising in the city. He's sitting on his front porch, and a neighbor comes by and he's in a rowboat, and he says to him, come on, brother, get in the boat, so we can save you, right? He goes, oh, no, don't worry, I'm praying and God is going to provide, right? So the boat goes on by, right? Now he's up to the second floor. Okay. And a bigger boat comes by with more people. And the boat says, the person in the boat says, hey, brother, come on, get in. This is only getting worse. The storm's getting worse. Come and jump in the boat, so you can come with us and be safe. Oh, no. I'm praying and the Lord is going to provide. Right. And they're all looking at him on the boat going, this is kind of like your last chance, dude. You need to come on, but he doesn't. Right. Because he's believing God. Lets that canoe go. Lets that big boat go. And then a helicopter comes. He's on the top of the roof now. I mean, he's literally like, there's nothing left. And he's like praying. And the helicopter comes and he looks up. Helicopter drops down the ladder and says, come on, brother, get on the ladder so we can get out of here. We're like the last round coming through here. You're like the last person. Come on and get on the ladder and come on. Oh, no. My God is going to provide, right? And then, of course, what happens? He drowns, right? So then when he gets to heaven, the first thing he says is, Lord, I cried out to you. Why didn't you help me? And the Lord said, I sent you a canoe. I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. What else can I do? You know? So in your life, I tell that I love to tell stories like, you know, parables like Jesus did. He told parables, but it in your life, what boat has gone by? You know, what canoe has gone by? What helicopter that you have, you know, pushed off and said, I'm waiting for the Lord to provide, and he has provided. You know, so I tell you that story because when he said to me, what are you waiting for? He literally had, during the course of the time I was praying and waiting, he had sent me a canoe and sent me a boat and sent me the helicopter. So it's kind of like everything's in place. What are you waiting for? So I ask you that question, you that is watching, you know, right now, what are you waiting for? What are you holding out for? What are you missing in the signs that the universe and God are providing for you that you're not taking advantage of to get you to the next level, to save you from the life you don't want to live and get you to the life you want to live? Which is the story there. He wanted to live a life where he wasn't in a flood environment, you know, he wanted to live. Yet he tossed away the opportunities to live because he was just, you know, what is it supposed to look like? That's the other thing I want you to think about. What is the answer to your prayer or your request supposed to look like? It doesn't come necessarily like you think it should, and perfect little box that you could open up and your dream will come true just like that. We all know that for our dreams to come true, we got to put some work in, right? We also need to know is that what we say out of our mouth, our people will hold us accountable to, right? So this is why even in a work environment, if you say you're going to finish a project, people expect that project to be finished. They expect it to be finished when you say it's going to be finished. They expect it because it came out of your mouth. And you failing to complete that on time, doing whatever you do that makes it not work or makes it work is part of your character and how people will see you and your integrity. So be mindful of the words that you say. And if you say, I will be a millionaire next year. If you say, I will be in charge of my office next year. I will be, whatever it is in your mind that you want to manifest and have happen, I will find the man of my dreams. You start to look for that. Now, don't be misled, right? Maybe you got to look at the canoe, the boat, and the helicopter, because helicopter might be the guy you're supposed to be with, and you don't want to waste your too much time on the canoe and the boat, right? But think about it. He's sending these things to you because you're asking for them. But are you paying attention? Has a lot to do with us paying attention. So I want to direct you to a focal point, right? We need to, in our lives, we're talking about the power of words and the focus on words. One of my absolute favorite words, and it's actually the greatest commandment given to us in the New Testament, if you study that, and it is the greatest of these is love. Can you see that? Love. I surround myself with love. Throughout my office, I have love up. I have love on the wall. I have love everywhere you look. I have love everywhere you look. I have love. Why? Because it makes me focus on choosing love, choosing my response to things to be in love, choosing my my offering to people to be in love, and not with bitterness and not with vinegar. And my whole purpose is to uplift. I like what Dr. Brigitte said about praise being raised, right? When you find the good in people, find the good in people today. I challenge you that. Find the good in people today. When you're out and about on your way home, you know, some of you might be listening to us at work. You know, some of you may be going out to go grab something for dinner. Find a kind word to say to someone that you see, and just meditate on it. When you see that person, take a minute, take a deep breath and say, what can I say to this person to lift their spirits today? Because some people are choosing to walk in darkness right now, and we need to be the light. And praise and encouragement is part of us being the light. One word, one smile, one nod could really lift somebody's life today. And they need it, because sometimes people are putting out that to God, they'll say, you know what? If one person is not kind to me today, if one person is not nice to me today, I'm going to go home and I'm going to just end it all. And when I say that, some of you think, no way. Okay, I'm a chaplain and I know people do it. And I know they're waiting for just that little encouragement, that kindness, that connection with another human being to show them that they are important. And it really takes nothing extra from you to smile at someone, to say good evening, to say, how was your day? Come on, we're commuting with each other for hours sometimes. We're seeing the same people almost every day, from our next door neighbor to the person in the grocery store to this. Greet that person. Use your words to lift people up, to raise people up, as it says, praise, and know that you are going to make a difference in their life. So 9 words to focus on. This comes from Galatians 5:22. Focus on gentleness. Focus on peace. Focus on goodness. Focus on bringing hope. Focus on joy. Focus on self-control, being mindful of what comes out of your mouth and how you speak to yourself and others. Focus on kindness. Focus on patience. Remember how I talked about taking that pause instead of jumping right away? Take the deep breath and be patient and ask for that download of what your response should be so that it is a blessing. And then focus on love. So to make sure I've given you all gentleness, peace, goodness, love, hope, joy, self-control, kindness, and patience. If you focus on these words, believe me, your life will be so much better and you will be a blessing to those around you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tamia. I like the story you were telling about the boat and the helicopter. I always make sure that I don't take things for granted. And even with this talk show, we started the 4 of us, all my friends have left. And I said to myself, I am not going to actually give up because everything takes time. I need to connect with the audience. I need to show the audience that I am serving them, not serving myself. And if I expect things to actually say I'm going to do the talk show today and everything is going to just take off just like that, that's not how the universe or God works. You have to be patient and basically I'm actually taking the opportunities. I'm learning to actually approach people and knowing that I have to do the work and not missing any opportunities. There are some opportunities that comes your way to cause distraction. So I'm aware of those. I say no to them. That's not for me. You know, like when someone approaches you and say, this is an opportunity, and you know, like this is not my purpose. So I'm like, no, thank you. So that's what I do. And thank you so much for those words, powerful words of encouragement. And I'm gonna come to you, Dr. Biget, how your words becomes your reality.
So how your words become your reality? The words that we spoke, anything that we say, whether we speak out loud.
What's happening? Your sound, it keeps cutting off.
Yeah, I can't hear either.
Can you hear me?
We can't hear you.
Interesting. Can you hear me or see me at all?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Again? Interesting. Maybe the internet cut out. So how your words become reality? For me, you know, whether it is the words that's spoken, whether we say it out loud or whether we say it to ourselves, is and a lot of time we think about spoken word, but we're not as aware about unspoken word, but both words, whether spoken or unspoken, anything that goes through our mind, our words, we produce our words because it goes through our mind. And anything that we come in our mind will go into our conscious mind. We have a conscious mind and we have an unconscious mind. And so your mind is, if you think about the head is like a ball. You have your conscious mind and you have your unconscious mind. And anything that you go through your mind will go into your subconscious, or which is the unconscious or subconscious mind. And the subconscious has no sense of humor. If you ever see like a piece of land or a piece of dirt, and whether you throw the seeds of, say, flower or the seeds of corn or something that will give you wonderful fruit, or you throw seeds of weeds in there, it will grow them. And that's the same with our mind. That's how our mind works. Whether you throw seeds of praise word and seeds of curse word or seeds of curse word, our subconscious mind will simply take it and then they keep it in there and then it start growing it. It's just literally like a land. It's like a piece of a patch of dirt or something. It takes whatever you give and then it put it in there. And what you give, how do you give anything to your mind and your subconscious mind? Through your words. And so whatever words that you are using and choosing to use, whether it is a praise word, it's decisive words, words of in all different form of love, as Tamia say, and hope and peace, or words that is whether overtly cursing or subtly, what I say, subtly cursing, like the word stupid and loser and things like that. Any of those that you say in a directive way will get into your mind, your subconscious mind in particular, and it's just going to start growing. And then in the scientific way, it's just every time a thought and words goes through your mind, the nervous system just wiring it. And then once you start growing this, it's almost like, I'm an oncologist by training. So the curse word, the unempowering word, is almost like seed of cancers. Now you are throwing the seed of cancers in your subconscious mind, in your mind, and then they are like cancer cells. They're going to grow, and just like cancer cell, they tend to be very sneaky. They grow a little bit here and there, and nobody notice. And then before you know it, how cancer goes and goes and unnoticed, and then it goes boom. It turns into a big mass. It turns into a chaos somewhere else's, and that's the same thing. And a lot of time we go and go on and go on, and we get lost, so to say. We were not aware about it, and then if we see the result in our life as our results. And so we want to be mindful, as Tamias mentions, we want to be mindful to use words that praise, words that imply love and hope and joy. Just like you would not want to throw weeds on your, say, lawn, and definitely you don't want to inject and spread cancer cells from somewhere, whether it's from the mass media or somebody else's, into your own system. You want to be mindful on what you produce and you allow in your mind and produce as your spoken and unspoken words. And so choose the words that imply praise, that imply joy, imply love, and that words that are decisive as well, because you want your life. If you would love a result, then if you love a result, you desire a result, not maybe I want a result, maybe I don't want a result.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Bigot. Basically, we have to, the words that comes out of our mouth create the reality we inhabit. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, Tamia. To all our audience that are watching, if you want to contact our speakers, you can contact them through the email on the banner or the phone number, or you can contact them direct. They have their own website, or you can simply contact them through Nkosi Talk Show. and just request to the speaker you would like to talk to, because these people have worked so hard, the coaches have worked so hard to be where they are today, and they are willing to take you to where you want to go as long as you're willing to do the work, because everything, it comes down to a choice and a decision, and being willing to actually do the work yourself as well while they are holding your hands through dark times. Um, is there anything, we are running out of time, ladies? Is there anything Tamia you would like to leave with our audience?
Yes, thank you for asking them. So, yeah, I would like to remind you that when I gave you the captain analogy was talking about self. So when we talk about proper alignment of our life, is we remember that God is the author and perfecter of our faith and who we are, right? So God is the head. And if you remember that analogy I use of Star Trek with the captain, there was someone above the captain, if you remember. There were admirals and stuff that were above the captain, but the captain was in control of the ship, and we are the ship. We are the vessel. We are the temple of the Holy Spirit, as it's been said, right? So you are the captain of that ship. So when you do the proper order, you make sure you send and make sure that everything you're doing is in alignment with God, or the admiral, in that scenario. You as the captain are doing the best to keep your ship pristine and in order, running efficiently, yourself. So God, self. And then if you keep all of these in order, God, self, and family, everything else in life will fall into place, because everything else in life is very temporary. God, yourself, and the family that the Lord has blessed you with are all consistent. So please choose your words wisely in dealing with all of those people, and your life will be a peaceful one. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Tamia. Over to you, Dr. Bickett. Any words of encouragement you like to leave with our audience?
So now that you know how powerful your word is, then use your words to direct. Your words that is imply the result that you would love. Choose your words smartly for the result that you would love, and make it a great day and a great life.
Thank you so much, everyone. Live with grace. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Be safe. God bless you.